Sukhan Shandan, filmmaker and political commentator, joins us from London. Here you have a attack that has happened, and of course, different dynamics involved here, but a lot of it is reflected, especially online, of what the prince said in Saudi Arabia weeks ago, that we're going to take this fight into Iran. Do you think there's a connection?
Good afternoon, brother. And first, I'd like to convey my condolences to those martyred today and injured. And also, I'd like to wish the Islamic Republic of Iran the best wishes in stamping out this menace of terrorism and violent sectarianism. And indeed, Tehran is one of the global leaders in a real people-centered anti-terrorism strategy. And I really encourage the people of the West to study countries of our homelands like the government of Iran, who show how we can effectively counter this problem of terrorism. Because you know, just a few days ago, London was also impacted with terrorism, and this is a phenomenon that's growing. And the commonality of this terrorism is that it seeks to sow a panic and confusion and division amongst our peoples, so that the enemies of the people regionally in the Middle East there and their senior partners in Western capitals can actually achieve their strategic aims. And in direct answer to your question, brother, about the connection to what's happening in the region, it seems, as you imply, very much the case that this is one follows two follows three, in the sense that the Islamic Republic has started a little bit of a rapprochement with one of the Gulf monarchies, i.e. Qatar. The Gulf monarchies are falling out with each other as a result. It's also connected to not the historic defeat quite yet, but in the current moment, the defeats of empire and its regional actors in the Syrian arena, the failure of colonial and allied forces to achieve their strategic objectives in Yemen. And indeed, the Islamic Republic remains a sea of calm and unity in this, in the fire that's developing of sectarianism and imperialist war, etc. So it seems that all these things are very much connected. It seems this is the first elaborate type of multi-pronged terrorist attack that Tehran is facing. So I think this signals, unfortunately, an intensification of the neo-colonial and regional allied war against the people of Iran. But the people of Iran are a sophisticated people. They've learned from the last 15 years or so of instability caused by imperialism, and they're not going to have it for their own country, and they're going to stamp out this.
Do you think that at this point there's going to obviously need to be a counter-reaction based on stamping out these Daesh terrorists who are penetrating around the world in terms of at least increasing their number of attacks? Of course, what you have witnessed there in London. What kind of reaction should there now be? And do you think that is this going to unite countries together in the fight, as Russia has said that there needs to be more of a coordination between countries to stamp out this Daesh terrorism?
Well, from the last point, I'd absolutely agree. And as you know, I've been advocating for nearly a decade on Press TV that our homelands need to cooperate with each other. So I really like to see more cooperation and deeper strategic cooperation between Tehran and other regional actors and global actors of the global south. And Western capitals should also respect our strategies as well. This is a demand that we make of even though they're contended against us and they're our common enemy, but we still, we oblige and we pressure the West to respect us. And that means returning back suspected terrorists to Tehran from other countries, that they should be extradited and face the criminal justice system of Iran. And this is a demand that I make here, because the difference between the way the Iranian people will respond and British people respond is the difference between their social political systems. Iran is a relatively newly independent, pro-people country that's developing from a former colonized a state, but Britain is a leading neo-colonial power. It's a leading imperialist power. The state is on a far-right trajectory. So terrorist acts and incidents here are directly creating more hatred towards Muslims in particular. I mean, brother, after the London attack, now it's even more common to be hearing amongst the British population for mass arrests of Muslims and mass deportations. We're talking about tens of thousands of people that the growing racist voice is demanding that people be deported and arrested. That's not going to be the response in Iran. It's not going to be a case where the Iranian government and media is whipping up division amongst its people. No, it's going to unite its people on a cause of justice and unity and liberation. We have the absolute counter opposite, because we have a neo-colonial state that's